We now have our brand backstory, product features, and images organized within Gemini. Think of this as our drafting studio, the space for core thinking and writing. However, a working draft is not a finished deliverable. If you need to present this to a manager or a client as a professional report, we need to move this content into a dedicated design tool like Canva or Gamma app. You might think, cannot I just ask Gemini to generate the PDF for me? Good question, and yes, that was my intention as well when I first got this task to create the final PDF. Here is how Gemini handles this. If you try to create a PDF in Canvas, you won't get that final document. Canvas tool is built for live editing and collaboration, not for publishing. Because it operates in a private workspace, it cannot see your local image files to include them in the document. If you try to export from here, you will see a file with empty placeholders where your images should be. Of course, you can try a regular chat as well. It is more functional. It can generate files in the background to give you a downloadable PDF. However, it lacks the layout control and polish required for a professional presentation. Here is the PDF Gemini created for me. It is a good start, but it required significant manual formatting to look right. So to get our presentation ready finish, where text flows correctly around images and branding is consistent, we move from the drafting studio to a design studio. In the next tutorial, I'll use Gamma app to demonstrate this. It's been my primary tool for nearly a year, and it's what I use for almost all my design work. However, the same principles apply to other similar platforms like Canva or Adobe. Let's head back into Gemini and prepare our content for the move. Let's transfer our assets, text, and images to a Gamma app. I'll begin by copying the text. For this, I'll click on Share and Export button, and from here I'll choose Copy Contents. And I already downloaded the 4 images that we generated in the previous tutorial. So everything is ready for us to move to Gamma. Let's open Gamma app. Here is Gamma's main page. The central part is the content grid. This area displays our projects, also called gammas. The top bar here is for creating new documents. On the left-hand side, we have templates. Here we can access preset layouts to jumpstart our presentation design. We have such useful things as My AI Images, where we can view and reuse images that we've generated using Gamma's built-in AI image tool. We can also create folders so that we can separate our materials by specific themes or topics. So let's get straight to creating a PDF file. I'll choose Create New with AI. And here we have different options. Since we already have a text, which I copied from Gemini, I'm going to choose this Paste in Text option. And here I will include the text from Gemini. Next, we have several options for what Gamma app can do with our content. And it's important that we choose Preserve this exact text. meaning that Gemma won't be doing any modifications of our draft. This is the most effective method for our example because it allows us to use Gemini for the heavy lifting of thinking and drafting, and then use Gemma to handle the formatting and beautification of the final document. I'm going to select Continue to Prompt Editor. Here we can choose different themes for our presentation. Let's choose this one and click Select Theme. Before we hit Generate, notice the two modes at the top, Freeform and Card by Card. Let me quickly explain the difference. When you choose Card by Card, Gemma automatically breaks your content into separate numbered slides, one idea per card. But you can still rearrange the cards or add new ones. It is perfect for presentations. Freeform keeps everything as one continuous flowing document, more like a report than a slide deck. Same content, but it reads top to bottom without hard breaks between sections. This gives you more control over the layout and flow. It is great for documents or reports. For our demo, I will choose Freeform because I want our text and images to flow together naturally. And let's hit Generate. Gemma starts creating our slides. First of all, what I usually do, I ask Gemma to suggest several other layouts for me so that I can compare this default layout with other suggestions. So for this, I click on Edit with Agent button. And from here, I choose Try New Layout. Let's do one more turn to see if there is anything better than our first default option. I think I'm gonna choose this one. I like this background image here. Let's move to the next slide. I will include our logo image instead of this one. To change the picture, I'm going to click on that one. Next, I go to Edit Image. And from here, I'm choosing Image Upload or URL. I have my images on my local drive. And here we go. This is our first image. Let's attach it. Perfect. Let's move to the third slide. All right, we are ready to go. Let's do the final check and take a quick look at all of our slides. To export this file, we click on the three dots icon. Here we choose Export, and I'm going to export to PDF. Let's open the file straight away. And here we go. Looks cool. So this is my favorite way to work when it comes to creating new documents. I let Gemini to do the creative thinking part, and then I let my design tool of choice like Gemma handle the making it look good part. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.